The king in that episode we watched
Yeah,
yesterday,
secret
Secret Level.
Can't
I
remember his name.
cannot remember his name either. I don't know if it was really.
But I love every time he got reborn. He's like,
Oh,
still lives.
Elrich.
Elric.
Yeah, like EL type of name.
Elric yet lives.
And yet, I live. And yet Elrich lives. Elrich. I think that's his name.
Elric.
Elrich. And yet Elrich lives.
Bro, what I loved about him is that he was so Balkan. Like, so Balkan. So extra Balkan.
His dad and his dad before him and the dad before him all were kings. And they had the big bodies probably, throughout all of it. But having every single fight you've ever been in faked, that's rough, bro. How do you cope with that?
Oh, I forgot about that. That's so funny.
It's like, but
he got hurt
in my land, I was best chess man. I was best sword man. I was best strategy thinking man. And here I am nothing. Sire. We were pretending.
You've always been kind of nothing, bro.
We were pretending.
I love the king's face, bro. His abject shock at his delusion, bro.
Dude, for me, the like mouth agape shock, after like an exile. Well, you bested me in combat. Let's do strategy, and he's like,
no way.
Buffering. Hey, Whisper, is my stream just buffering? It should be good. Do tell me that it is a work. Doop ba doo doo doop doo doo.
No way.
I definitely hear us.
I heard you. Is that you?
That's probably one of us. I think that was you for a second.
Sounded very croaky. Must have been. No, it was you.
A little bit croaky. But weirdly enough, when I used to do my live streams, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been using an app to do my live streams. The user interface isn't that different.
It's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell, true. But this one does like dual streams. So I can stream to Twitch. I am streaming to Twitch right now and to YouTube at the same time.
Very cool.
But better than that is the fact that my audio gets better when I stream it through this app. When I used to do it through the YouTube app itself, it used to like make these crackle sounds. Almost like it was getting too much bitrate of information.
You sure that wasn't just the flies around you?
Bruh, you should just like chillax and let them walk on your lips and stuff so I can get good shots.
They've been trying to get in my nostrils.
We get all of the donations instantaneously, bro. We'd retire to an island.
I think that's when I'd quit ever being on this farm ever again. Because inhale a fly, swallow it.
Me having the Heimlich maneuver, a fly out of your esophagus.
Yeah, I'd vomit.
I'm sorry, friends. Are you home now? Okay, I am. I am now home. There was a part of me that considered not being home now.
Where would you go?
We were gonna go to Revolution. Remember?
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, that was like one of the plans for where right now would have been, and there's a part of me that's still kind of somber about it. Right, like we do not have 7, well, at least let's say 6 dual 18-inch bass drums here on the farm. That's 7 dogs literally walking on the dance floor, bro. No bother at all. Like happy to be getting scritches from people dancing to the side trance. It's kind of nice. It's nice petting a doggo in the middle of a side trance set. Big vibes. But at the same time, I got to spend some time with this homie. We got to watch again Next Level last night.
It's secret level.
Secret level, thank you. It's very short episodes, so you won't be locked down indefinitely. But it is a series based on a bunch of different popular games that are out right now.
There
So-
were some extremely awesome episodes, and there were some that were like
Mm,
a little
kind of mid.
meh.
Yeah, I
But
think
still, for the
like
effects,
they all were good, and then Pac-Man came, and we were like, how are they going to do Pac-Man good? And then they didn't do Pac-Man bad, but still like what?
I
And
wasn't sure what was going on. I feel like there
exactly.
was a deeper message
I
behind
mean,
this, and I didn't get it.
well, I think the deeper message is she has to.
Don't spoil it. People might want to watch it.
Okay, sure. Beyond that, I felt it kind of like fell off. You know, it's like we got confused and then we got disappointed. What is the wall behind you? That is gorgeous. Wow, this is cobblestone. Do you call it that? No, no, no. It's a cobblestone
Cobblestone is for.
for the roads. Yeah.
Ooh, shit. Sorry.
This is just like basically the rocks that they picked up on the farm. You know, it got glassed. Like they wanted rocks this big. I can show you this side of the wall as well.
They're pretty large rocks.
Yeah, and then with concrete, they got stacked, one on top of the other. These vines got planted recently. What do you think of them, Christian?
Huh?
These vines, bro. They grow on the walls.
They're very pretty.
Yeah, they're pretty. For the longest time, my mom didn't want any vines growing on walls. And then,
Why not?
like, she thought it would ruin the aesthetic or
No,
it would
man.
make what
This
looks bad
looks
look
so much
worse.
cooler.
Right? That's so much love to it. I'm looking forward to that whole arch being like covered in vines as well. I bet you like it. It is nice sharing this world with your friends. Like this is basically going to be the space that I do most of my streams going forward. One, because the Wi-Fi router is right there, so I get the best possible upload connection.
That's a good reason. That's practical.
Yeah, and two, it's perfect sun shielding. I don't think the lighting is perfect. The lighting is kind of trash sometimes.
I think it looks good.
I mean, if you had to ask someone who knows what they're doing, they'd be like, "Yeah, the lighting's trash." I do want to just get a light again, just something bright, just to like illuminate your face.
Why?
Makes a difference. You look better with better lighting.
Wow. Thanks, bro.
That's what I mean, you.
I'm gonna have to go find some better lighting right now.
Everybody tells
Apparently, I look
Christian-
like shit.
Don't tell Christian how shit he looks, right?
Christian, you look like fucking shit.
It's kind of real though, right? Like, look at that shot, bro. There is like
I think it looks
dark
fine.
circles under my eyes because of
Oh,
the shadows.
boo hoo! You have dark circles under your eyes.
It's,
Think you're fucking alone on this planet with
this
dark
guy.
circles under your eyes? Yes.
Love the vines. How old is that property? Yo, this property is older than me. He is old enough to have been here by the time my dad moved here for the mine, essentially. So I don't really have any information past that point. I haven't asked anybody, to be completely honest. I wish I knew who built this base, for example.
I did.
You did.
Yeah.
This is your revelation. I am God. Y'all should plant vines that bloom. We have pretty trumpet vines around here that attract pollinators, especially, and hummingbirds. There's like a whole bee's nest right there, even. So, them having access to food that close would be really nice. Hey, Google, what kind of flowering or blooming vine plants grow well in South African climate, especially in Mpumalanga or Limpopo?
You have no mercy with these questions.
No, of course not. And there we got the 20 most common flower of winter plants in Mpumalanga. Why is it called winter plants? Maybe so that it can survive the frost. And it was supposed to give me an AI answer, which I wanted. Those are not vines. Those are not vines. Those are not vines. You mother.
So
I like how it gives you access to a language model like Gemini, and then you search with something that's called literal Gemini, and then it just doesn't give you.
oof.
I'm gonna use ChatGPT now, Google. Thank you. You wanted this. Is that what you wanted? And this should be a good answer. Yeah, it's giving me two answers even, bro. If one answer wasn't enough. Response 1 and response 2. giving both of them super slow though. So I prefer faster responses. It's asking me which response do I prefer. I prefer immediacy, please.
Wow.
There we go. There's the black-eyed Susan, a fast-growing perennial climber with heart-shaped leaves and a vibrant orange flower, featuring a dark center. Flourishes in full sun or light shade, and is not particular about soil types. This plant is well suited for covering fences or trellises. Nice. Evergreen climber with glossy, diamond-shaped leaves. I think these might be some of those types. And there's the clematis species. Perennial climbers are known for their large, showy flowers in various colors. They prefer a well drained soil and a positioning where their roots are shaded but the tops receive full sun. Y'all gonna be a tough sell here, bro. I'm sorry. What life? You will die. Oh, and then there's of course the passion fruit flowers. That might be a dragon. Yeah, passion fruit flowers. Granadillas. This vine produces fragrant flowers followed by edible fruit. There is a grenadella here already. I wonder if I can take stems. We have a grenadella flower. I have a brain. Stop. We have a grenadella plant here in the garden. Can I take little pieces of it and repropagate them? Let's try that one more time. This time you listen. I have a grenadella plant
That's
here
maybe a
in the
pomegranate.
garden.
I'm
A
gonna.
grenadella plant here in the garden. Can I
That's
take little
kind of.
pieces of it and
It's
make
maybe
it
a pomegranate.
repropagated? You mother. Totally gonna just listen to me. Repot. Okay, there's no pomegranate in there. Thank goodness.
You sure?
Yes,
Not
you
one.
can propagate your
Oh.
grenadella plant from cuttings. Here's how.
I'll be back.
Setting, cutting. Nice. This is easy enough, bro. You gonna go to the bathroom, you say?
Yep.
Good luck, dude. Look out for the mimics. Oh, clickety knees. Oh, clackety clacks. Black-eyed Susans are my mom's favorite plant. Ooh, clematis are so pretty. They really are nice. I'm kind of sold on the grenadellas. Like having walls that also produce fruit. That sounds like an absolute win to me. I like sweet peas, hollyhocks, and snapdragons. The toilet is a mimic. Jovan got what I was talking about, bro. Christian has this little rolling tray that is a rolling paper, like a rolling paper container, pack, if you will. And it is a mimic, of a big monster with its tongue and teeth, waiting to eat you. And me saying good luck, I had to add context of like, yeah, the toilet's a mimic and you might not survive your encounter with it.
I'm not sure if I killed a spider in here because I slipped on it.
But
I'm not sure if it's dead either.
well, if you're not sure, maybe you'll do good by making sure. All right. I don't know if it's nice limping half a spider. It's dark. It's 2025. It's coming on. The year of completion. The year of 9. This was the year of abundance, right? And we can all admit we got a lot. We got a lot more than we asked for. Christian. This was the year of abundance. And we got even more than we asked for, didn't we?
Oh. I don't know. I kind of like this. It had its ups and downs, but
I didn't not like it. I didn't like certain parts of it a lot. Certain parts I really didn't like. But the parts that I did enjoy, and I even said this, felt so high that it almost like raised the whole baseline. So the nonsense, the dips were not noticeable in the same way. And it's very not fine. Very, very not fine.
Suddenly not so fun anymore. Yeah.
You know, there was like talks of when I moved in to that space where the Tanya I was living with had a boyfriend at that time, and with her, staying in that space as well, he was talking about me and being like, "Oh, you can't trust this guy. What if he just leaves and leaves you hanging with rent and electricity or whatever?" And that didn't happen this year, but he hasn't stopped being her boyfriend, and like we did end up splitting ways as well, at least at the end of our contract, so I didn't leave anybody hanging. But at the same time, it feels like this experience of, should I have done things differently this year?
Probably.
You think so?
Yeah.
What should I have done differently?
Not made me watch Ultraman.
Really?
I mean, I was grateful. Don't get me wrong. I really did enjoy that movie.
But it did mess with us a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel, for me, the lesson I learned in that whole experience is that even if we disagree and even if we find ourselves driving our heels in, and I think it was like very ego in that moment, right? Like both of us were very strong about our wants and desires, and you were making a point and I was making a point, and we were making the same point in different directions.
The way this man made me go for a walk.
Oof. Ew. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I am unrelenting, unfortunately. Right? Like, there's no part of me that is willing to give up, and I don't know how I'm supposed to be that without being that. Like that's kind of how it is. That's the truth of the situation. I feel there was still a part of me that didn't feel good about it at the side, right? Like this, it's not a. I think like with the whole Ultraman thing, even bro. Like a part of me felt like relating to that. We can be so almost like programmed in our own head about what we want the outcome to be that we literally will end up completing our objective and stand alone at the other side of it, asking yourself, now what? Right? And I don't want to lose you due to ego. I don't want to lose you due to Ultraman. That would be pretty rough.
That would be pretty rough,
That'd
yeah.
be pretty rough. And it wasn't about the movie at that moment in time, right? I feel, and I said this to you on that night as well, that when I experience things in this way and things really touch my soul, I I cannot stay quiet about it anymore. And when I watched that movie, I felt like me and Christian were the same person watching that movie, basically, right? Especially with that scene of his mom, bro. His mom being in the stand, so that
Mm.
that broke me. Oh, it was like,
Bro, come on.
seriously, dude. I like started
Uh,
crying in that moment, dude.
it was a very emotional movie. Very, very good movie.
And I feel like something that you were trying to like stand for in that moment is just having a conversation, spending time, almost like showing our hearts to each other. Sometimes an immovable object meets an
Unstoppable
unstoppable
force.
force. What do you think happens, Christian? I have an answer. I have come up, and you're not gonna like it. You're gonna cringe if you hear it. But
I'm probably gonna cringe.
what do you think happens?
What do you think happens?
I think it melts.
Oh.
Yeah, I told you you're not gonna like it.
Have
But
you seen
that's
The Shadow Man?
the Shadow Man.
Yeah.
Can't say I have. Movie?
I'm the Shadow Man. Have you not?
No.
No? It's horrible. I'm not gonna show it to you.
Is it a YouTube video?
No, it's just a skit done by these adults, I think. It's hard to watch. It's very, but the way he reacts, the Shadow Man reacts to the light, is very funny to me because it's like lowercase screaming where he goes, ah. Ah,
Ah.
the light. Ah.
You hearing? I mean, like, do you have
That's how I feel about your
my answer?
melt thing.
Do you have a better answer?
No, I don't know is my answer.
I don't know. Good answer.
It
Technically,
remains still for eternity.
not
It's
only
strapped in time.
not only that, but you were right though in that way. If you say I don't know more often than you would be right if you give a definitive answer.
Oh yeah.
Would be able to find out.
Does that mean I win that question?
I think it means I like your answer.
Sick. I'm Wizard King.
No, I get to like answers based on my Wizard Kingness. That's how it works.
Yeah, but if it were a competition, I didn't like your answer and you like my answer. So surely.
But if it were a
No, but
competition
like,
of knowing, I knew you weren't gonna like my answer, and I told you anyway, instead of adjusting my answer to fit your likes, which makes me Wizard King.
that has no weight within this argument.
That's how it works. So.
No, not even remotely. I've been loving the rest. I've basically been basking in it.
The risk?
The rest.
The rest. Yeah. I don't know if I rest well.
Oh shit. Sorry, Pippi.
Like, I find myself.
You don't know if you rest well?
Yeah, like what I consider rest, other people would consider anxiety inducing. Right, which is an interesting space to be in. And it's not like I don't have some anxieties induced, for what it's worth. It's just a matter of I'm okay with it. Almost like I thrive on it a little bit. Like, there's a part of me that feels energy. And I can stay awake being anxious in a way that I might not be able to stay awake being focused. And there can be an interchange between that anxiety and focus as well. I realized that about myself, dude. One day, I basically meet some people for a festival. That some dude in the festival meets me, gets my number, sends me a message. I heard you do visuals. It's a client that needs visuals done Sunday. I get this message Friday, 3 p.m. And they want me to do, I think, 13 visual slides integrating their like branding, integrating the venue branding, and then rolling it back to the almost like promotional
Sounds
video
like work
had.
can be done on Saturday.
Not only that, bro, but I didn't sleep from like Friday,
Because you
maybe
were
like
making it that good.
I was just making it. It didn't need to be made, bro. Just like it wasn't even about making it that good, just about getting it.
Did they pay you the cash dollar?
Yeah.
Good.
They did pay me the
Sick.
cash dollar.
Service done, reward received.
Clapping my hand there. It was nice. But the point I'm trying to make isn't so much the like job or being bad or the money not being paid. It was about the fact that in that anxious state, I could get things done, right? Something that for example, let's roll it back in a way where I know about this gig 5 weeks in advance, and they ask me how long it will take me to get this work done.
Did you check up with them? Did you ask them? Do they maybe have something coming up? Do they need you to get started earlier on? Should initiatize.
Initiatize.
Take the derivative. Initiative.
I already have like work lined up in that way at least, and in that way I should take some initiative, kind of like talking to my clients as well, and I'm willing to acknowledge that. But I'm not trying to talk about that right now.
What are you trying to talk about?
I'm trying to talk about this I keep bringing us back to this point: anxiety and performance.
Oh.
You
mean stress.
Why? Yeah, exactly. Right? Like we don't want to be stressed, and yet when we find ourselves stressed,
sometimes you can't avoid stress, bro. Sometimes you gotta stress a little. That's why you take these moments and not stress. Have you seen me stressed? Do I look stressed? I haven't been stressing for 3 days.
True.
I stressed a little bit today when
What?
they sent me that phone call from work.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Suddenly, I had to
work mode.
remember.
Work mode.
Well,
Work mode activated.
he already did the work. He just had to make sure he did the work, for a second. Suddenly, a bunch of messages. I see Pojo. He says the end is nigh, bro. The end is nigh. The dichotomy of these guys, y'all might be my favorite power couple. No,
Yes.
that's Jovan that says that, bro.
Are we power couple?
Favorite power couple. I mean, like a couple means two. I don't necessarily think it means together in that way. So yeah, sure. Me and Christian are opposed in the exact right ways to make there exist an infinity loop, somewhere in the center. Jovan, bless you, Pojo. It's nice having you here. Screaming in lowercase. People were laughing at that too. When are you moving? I have mixed emotions about it. It's happening soon. Maybe that's in part why you're saying the end is nigh. A new year is coming, bro. A new year is coming for all of us. And change is inevitable when it comes to these things. Right? Like, I feel the fact that I get to be in this space again after this year. Technically, last year, this time, I was here as well. And the person that is sitting here, if he was just sitting here this whole year, wouldn't have been the same person he is right now. You think I've changed for the better or for the worse, Christian?
So much worse. Oh, so much worse. Damn, when you started this year, there was still like so much hope and like wonder and glitter in your eyes. That was damn. This is hard to watch. Like you got so bad that like if they had to have an analogy of how deep your hole of bad was, it would go through the other side of the solar system.
Yes, that sounds like a lot of power, and I take it. Yes, I feel so strong now. The fact that I can keep my head up despite being dragged, absolutely dragged to the fucking mud and the dirt. We need to
I
be
can't
living.
imagine the fear you must have been feeling, bro.
I wasn't feeling that fearful.
Really? I would have
No.
been cocking myself.
No, I'm not fearful as a person because I'm like of one mind. Let's say of it actually, where if there's a reason to be fearful, really a reason to be fearful, the only person that can do something about that fear or to diminish that fear is myself, right? And if I die in the pursuit of that, then so be it. And if I'm not there yet to be scared, to die in the pursuit of not being scared anymore, then I'm not going to be scared, right? Almost like I have this chain of reasoning in my brain, and if that chain of reasoning doesn't get looped, I don't scared. And it never got looped. Seeing someone outside.
Have you sat with a psychologist?
No. Well, not in a while, I'll say instead.
Oh, okay. So you have at least in your life sat with a psychologist.
Yeah.
How many times?
Like twice.
Okay. That's weird. Maybe it would have taken the third time before.
I mean, it's maybe a little bit more than twice.
Lock you up in the
I've talked to
asylum.
two different
In the white
psychologists.
foam room.
Those
Straight jacket and everything.
What do you mean, bro? I'm
and
in one of those
bullets.
rooms right now. Dude. I am just like having the ballerest of time. They got me on good meds.
They got me on the best meds.
They got me on that
The best
industry
meds
grade
prescribed
meds.
on the program.
Oh my goodness. This is not something to joke about. This is very serious.
There's a cloud currently going over top that looks like a shuriken, bro.
It does have that vibe. I don't think our friends will be able to see that though.
No, unlikely.
Get your butt from Michigan, Jaju. IL is crazy with the taxes. I can imagine. The fact that different states have different taxes. People are literally moving states so they can pay less taxes somewhere else. Isn't that bonkers?
Doesn't that mean they're just gonna raise the taxes?
Don't tell them.
Man.
No, I don't think so. Some places are gonna start becoming competitive, right? Like there are literal countries that detax, and there will be states that do that as well because there is more than enough value. There is already more than enough value. We do not need to take from the small ones.
I kind of want to take from the small ones.
There's so many of them. If I take just a little bit, What is a little bit? Like 14 to 40% of everything they own.
That does
What?
constitute as the little bit.
What? What do you mean a little bit, bro? Why not just 1%? Nah. If I take 40%,
What am I gonna
I
do
get
with one
40.
pinky if I can take the leg?
That's a big meal, bro. You get to chew on that one. Throw the extra away. January 1st, New Year is a grand illusion. A constructed designed to sever your connection to the Earth's authentic rhythms. Interesting take. I acknowledge and value and celebrate the moon cycles as well. I celebrate the Earth cycles, like as we celebrated New Year's. I celebrate my own cycles as a person who was born and then gets to celebrate that day of his birth as well. So I think if you tune into enough cycles, you are back inside the authentic. That's totally how it works. Logic loops. Do enough mental gymnastics, and you can backflip over any problem. I probably no official date is set yet, but the results are getting closer and closer. I get more reluctant about living in the cold throughout this winter. I think you will thrive and spending some time indoors and maybe being forced, even though I don't like that word for either of us, to learn new things, right? To find new things to do that you find value in, right? Maybe you'll discover in being inside in the cold something that is going to change your life.
Or you won't, and
Something
you'll
that's going
just
to
be
make you
freezing your butt
so
off.
happy that you will never look back again, right? You would thank your lucky stars.
Or you'll be sitting there going like, what was the lesson in this? Why is this happening? Please tell me. Please, God, explain to me.
That's usually how it is. But in this off chance, that me and you live in, this like high. I mean, again, right? I am bargaining on the fact that we're even here right now to listen to these words.
Or we might all just be part of somebody's imaginative dream construction, and they're just a vat baby somewhere.
Well, imagine all the information they'll bring back into the world with them, bro, once they get born.
I don't know if they'll remember any of it.
Of course they will.
Well, of course.
They'll shape the world
You're
with
so
what
certain.
they're learning right now. Everything will be changed due to that baby's influence.
I see.
March is proper New Year. Well, that makes me think. That makes me think.
March
is proper New Year, Christian. How about that, though?
It's not something the collective believes, thus it is null and void.
Yeah, I think Christian has a point there, where the fact that there is a certain date for there to be a new year is a collective hallucination, right? And if you suddenly start hallucinating differently, your hallucination isn't any less valid, but people might think you're crazy. What do you mean it's New Year? It's March, bro.
What do you mean you're an atheist?
Have you considered not being an atheist?
No, it
Wow.
never really crossed my mind. Thank you for mentioning that, actually.
You've
Now I must
enlightened me.
consider it.
Jovan, I'm quitting. No, I don't want to hear that. Quitting what? No more smoky for Jaju this season.
Rockin'.
Taking a deep breath with you.
Stop smoking.
And respecting you for that.
Get high on fresh air. It's really good. It's really good.
Since I have inclined to agree, I have to leave the swamp and put on boots to go generate more money. I cannot believe I'm hearing Jaju say such words. But at the same time, Jaju, I've been feeling that
Change
way
is also
for me
good.
too. Yeah. Again, you making some more money is going to bring value into your world. You are going to be valued if you're going to bring money into your world as well, right? So in that way, you will have value. I've really trying to anchor this one to my experience more so than ever, bro. Is this whole narrative of almost like I do that a lot to myself, thinking that I'm supposed to be somewhere else, right? That where I am relatively to anyone else is wrong. I think it was Stoic wisdom that goes that no man's life is any more valuable than any other's. Literally, no more valuable.
I don't know, man.
I think we are again cultural shifts, right? Like we saw that now with this whole Asaman Asasams.
Assassininos.
Assassin and Asasos, Mario's brother.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed doing, someone that now, according to the world, has more value than others. And that is again us being like, how about thousands of people are dying, without anything, right? Without the shirts on their backs, without the value that they've added to this world. Do you think there's a better way for us to quantify how much value a human being deserves?
Yeah. How much money do they have in the bank, bro? That's basically your HP.
Your bank account number is your HP. Then I'm one of those like insane speed runners that like run on like 1 HP because they get like speed boost or something. They get like some sort of buff.
So you can have your different builds, bro. Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you.
There's only one measurement, and that is how many years did you survive
How
on this
many
planet?
how many levels did you gain, bro?
Yeah.
Despite playing the game on 1 HP, doesn't matter.
No, it matters.
Doesn't matter, dude. What's gonna matter at the end of life? At the end of life, HP
Age gives you a trillion bonus.
trillion bonus. Okay, so I think we're saying the same thing essentially, where if you're like 95 years old, you're not going to think of the money you've made
No,
as valuable
not at all.
as your life.
Not even slightly. Health and youth and youthful love. Oh, some of the best shit on the planet.
Continued existence, bro. Like I feel the fact that despite there was a moment like that with the whole "you're a human, you should have hope despite the worst odds."
Oh
Like,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Come on, dude. Have hope, human. Despite the worst odds, continue living.
It's built into your DNA.
Literally built into your DNA. Like
Do human things.
You are unstoppable as a human, right? Against the face of the worst. By choosing to align with March, our friend says, Sin Nana Abzueki says that by aligning your new to March, you are not merely breaking free from societal programming. You are, in fact, reclaiming your divine potential and stepping into the fullness of your being, Christian.
Huh? What was this about March?
You should make March your new year.
Oh.
Otherwise, you won't be able to
do all that.
Reclaim your divine potential and step into the fullness of your being.
Shit.
What if I forget? That's the biggest thing, right? I don't want to miss it. You should remind me. I'm not trying to make light of this. I hope that's very clear. But this thing that I am, like I was like this with the religion I was taught in my life as well, right? Where I'm taught this religious, like this is how it is, right? And you should do this thing otherwise. And then I go, how about I don't actually think that's true. I am very interested about it. Like to me, I understand the whole moon cycles thing a little bit better than I feel about the March, where the moon doesn't technically have a perfect 30-day cycle or 31 or whatever day cycle. It does have a perfect cycle technically, right? And our days don't have that perfect cycle. And if you had to perfect cycle our moon, we would have 13 months in a year, technically. Did you know that?
Yes.
You did know that, of
Yes,
course.
of course.
Of course, he knew that, right? And if we had to follow that cycle, would there be anything different? Like I don't know, right? A part of me wants to be like, that's cap. Of course, people won't suddenly be their most divine potential and fullness of their beings, suddenly following the moon cycles or having March as the new year. But who am I to say? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. We haven't tried it yet. One of the things that I believe we need to try as a species, right? And I think this might be easier than convincing everybody that March is New Year, is for every single person on planet Earth to have a 1-day fast, right? And of course, the people that are literally starving, of course, don't have to be fasting. Ideally, that we do a 1 day fast to make sure nobody has to starve.
Who enforces that?
I'm not saying, bro, again, who's going to enforce March New Year, Christian?
I might.
That's the point I'm trying to make, bro. Like, in this imagined scenario, right, I would have everybody fast for 1 day just to show themselves they can, just to, like, shake our entire economic system.
Imagining the backlash of
Dude,
all of that. It's like, what do you mean? Like, I did a day without eating. Surely those kids in Africa aren't actually starving.
no, I don't think that's going to be
Some
the
people will think that
recourse.
way, bro. I promise.
What I believe is going to be the recourse if, like, as a whole city of people decide not to eat the food of that day. There's going to be so much waste that they will literally have to, like, drive trucks for a week, bro, out of the town with the amount of stuff that will go bad, bro. Like, that's kind of the scale, of everybody just deciding not to consume what they usually consume just for 1 day. Like, burrito. There's people out, like, there's trucks ceaselessly just driving into cities. Ceaselessly, trucks, and there's computers that calculate exactly the consumption habits of people, how much of this thing they're gonna have, and then they send those trucks, and they're supposed to get there way before those people want to drink those things. Again, this is not gonna happen, Christian. This is just in my mind. This fiction I live in, right? To imagine what would happen to our species. What would that do? Again, what if? What if, Christian, every person on planet Earth fasted for a day, and then my mind goes, and if all of the what ifs. Oh, how does my mind build that little story? And I think it could be good for us. Gobbledygoo, picnic time. It's almost end of year, 17:17, and my battery is 71%. How about that? That must be a good sign. That's 888. It is.
Surely that is the good sign.
It is 888, bro. Collapsing those numbers, right?
The best sign.
Well, it's the year of abundance this year, so at the very
Not
least,
much left of it, eh? A little more abundance
one
would
more
be great.
synchronicity for the abundance of this year. Bless. For I don't have Joe, are you talking about weeder? Nicotine. I'm quitting both. Good. But it's for the better. I'm already way back on my intake, so it shouldn't be super brutal. Bless you, bro. I've been called to do this too. I'm planning on smoking a little bit less next year. Just by smoking after 420. That's gonna be basically the way. I don't have to justify myself to you, bro. You're not the one smoking the weed for me.
I was not expecting a justification.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm just gonna continue reading comments. I'm looking for my
So
place. But it's for the better. Bless again. March is where my body feels like it's waking back up. It's the springtime here. I align with that for sure. Feeling that. But when is there an exact number in March? I'll be back in talking if we pick an exact number. By celebrating in January, you're forced into a cycle of resolutions and new beginnings during a time of dormancy, battling against the natural flow. Okay, now you're starting to make more sense. I kind of can relate to that, right? Like, there's a part of me that part of you too, that wants to just not do things right now. And I think maybe there's a part of your perspective that can be influenced by living in America or living in a world where it might be cold during these seasons, right? And dormancy, just staying quiet and indoors, is expected. But here in South Africa, this is like the peak of our heat right now. Not really even. This is the start of our summer. We have a different cycle in that way. So maybe, depending on where you are, you could also consider different parts of the year, the new year. Javan, I think you're just making that up in some feeble attempt to get me to Illinois. Love is true. I mean, it's a cool place. For your information, Jaju, we have a lot less snow and cold than we used to. I was in shorts and a t-shirt pickle bowling the other day. Never would I have thought I'd
What
be
is
doing that in late
pickle
December.
bowling?
It's a flat bat and a bowl with little holes in it. Oh, I'm just Gobbledygoo just sent us $200.
You see.
You was right. Thank you, Gob.
Wow.
Seriously, bro.
Merry
Thank you.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. His 10th super on a live stream. That's something to celebrate too. Thank you, bro. $10 for the 10th stream, technically. 15 people here with us too. If you're here right now and you're entering this new year with us, thank you for the year that you've spent. I'm looking forward to this next year with you, friends. You were really appreciated. I hope you know that. And we're gonna keep going. Of course. Super sticker received. Last day of the year, abundance. I don't know if you were there for that conversation a little bit, gobbledygoo, but I would love to rehash. Next year, it's gonna be year of the year 2025, right? So those twos become four, and then five becomes nine. So next year will be the year of nine for us as well. And the fact that you triple nine me as we're getting close to the year of nine feels very synchronous too. Bless you, bro. Thank you. Are you partying tonight? Uh,
We're partying in lowercase.
we're partying in lowercase. Yes. So if we were at the festival, we would have been partying in
Very hard.
uppercase, right? And like a bunch of exclamation points. And now, since we're here and we will be socializing with family members, we're gonna be lowercase screaming for the most part, right? We'll like only have like little baby lions, small little baby lions, right? So they don't pose as much as a
I mean,
threat.
we have a little Jack Russell.
We
little
do have an
baby-
actual Babsy Jack Russell here. It's true. My dad's leaving for church right now. We have Robbie Noble and Kay Bay and Adam. Not our Adam. Is that our Adam? That's not our Adam. My mind got melted. I was like, what? Adam and Gobbledygoo got membership. Yeah. Jovan, is that a score? Yeah, I got a gob. Nice. And Aloizan, I got membership up as well. Thank you, Joe. Your friends, your loved ones. Thank you for blessing me the way you do. Oh, what happened to the festival? You want to tell me what happened to the festival?
Nah, you go ahead.
So, the 5th of December, we go and check the weather prediction for this festival. And it clearly states it will be raining
Okay.
at this venue. No.
You're spinning the story more as
I want to give people the full context,
okay,
right?
all right.
Full context, full bubble. So we buy the tickets. Almost like I, at least, knew it was going to rain. And I was like, fuck it. Hate seconds of it. But there's going to be seconds to enjoy. And then, like 5 days ago or so, Friday, I get the call. Hey, Mel, like him and Johan are together in the phone call. Like, we don't know. Like, we got some, like, we also got rain notifications, and like they were pushing things in the news, like, yo, if you're in low areas, and like the festival is literally happening in like a river ground where two cliff faces come together, and there's a river
Valley.
running through a valley, running through it. So if water is gonna build, that's one of the places for it to, potentially. I get sent this video of like, yo, it's gonna be bad, and then the yesterday, Sunday morning. Wow, you've been here for a while now.
Yeah, so I'm leaving soon.
Sunday morning, I get a message like, "Can we talk?" So the first thing I think is that, oh wow, I'm not gonna see my homies for New Year's. And then Johan lets me know that I just won't be seeing him for New Year's. And then at that point, if there was like a lot of steam left in the will to go to a festival where there will be rain, I think that steam whimpered away. And we've been spending time together here. And we will be, still having a good time. We did have some interesting experiences already. I feel like the next level fractal was definitely something that I'm still thinking about. There was this character, Relentless, like how long do you think they were there for, bro? That was the question that was kind of like reeling through my mind as well. And like, what do you do in a world where you never die? And I've been thinking about that stuff in the context of the conversations we have in this space. But it is quite surreal to me. They still look like they were deliberating about battle in the same way that we do right now, which is something that was kind of
Some people take longer to learn their lessons.
maybe. Did I get that mosquito? No. There are mosquitoes here looking for us. Dumb, dumb, dumb. I'm gonna quickly read the comments I missed up top. There's so many friends here. Thank you for joining us for this new year. Well, New Year's Eve. Christian, exactly. I'll be sitting in the freezing snow wondering why I left the tropics. Lol. Well, maybe you'll hate the freezing so much that you'll end up in South Africa before we know it. You know, you'll be like, nah, I can't do this cold.
It would be cool to get some Americans up in South
Yeah.
Africa.
Like, I want our entire community to set up shop in South Africa, bro. Like, why not? Actually, why not? If you can, and again, I've been saying this since like 5 years ago or whatever. If you can skill yourself in a way where you can find work online in America, that's the best you can hope for. If not, saving as much daras as you can in the meanwhile and then bringing them here, they will go a lot further. You will be valued. That I can promise you. You will help the people that you help in this world. That I can promise you too. I feel like that was something that I got to experience with Jo when she was here, bro. It's the fact that this world needs good people. We need all the good people we can get by celebrating in January. I think I've heard that one. Siobhan, I think you're just making that up to an a feeble attempt to get me to Illinois. I feel that too deeply. Bless. In my world of value, just passing by. Bless, Hoopy. It's nice having you here too. Feeling that I need to get fortified for 2025. Together we are strong, fortified friends and fam. Yeah. We'll be here for you, Nancy. You don't have to brace yourself too much. Breathing like this, I go. My body, emotions, energy aligns with the seasons I find myself in. Winter here is certainly a season of dormancy, and the fact that we have all the crazy busy holidays during it totally throws me off every year. Yeah, like all you want probably is just to be quiet and still and relax. I feel like even though we don't have cold that much here, we feel like that too, right?
Yep, getting up in winter sucks.
Not, yeah, it's true. Spirit, spring comes around, and I'm like, yeah, let's get outside. Let's watch things bloom. Let someone say picnic. Picnic time. That does sound nice. Gabri joining for picnic time. Gabri go. Love you. True. I have food. No right to pout. I think you still have a right to pout, even if you have food, right? Things can be better. Maybe in, you know, identifying these things in our life, we give ourselves some modicum of control in what direction we're supposed to go. Kriyas, namaste, namaskaram to you too, dear friend. I have food. No right to God bless you again. If everyone on earth fasted for a day, there will certainly be some hectic diabetics and toddlers and mothers screaming. Yeah, again, in moderation, right? In moderation. Again, that's not something that I would like. And then everybody can't eat for today. That would be horrific. People would lose their minds. Imagine you just can't eat for a day, bro. Like you try and it's like, I can't put it in your mouth, bro. Like,
The code got cancelled.
the code got eating food code canceled for the day. People would properly lose their mind. Again, so much cultural shift would happen. People would like instantly have way different values. I don't think that they would have better values. Just imagine, bro, like suddenly our obesity rates go up 75%. People just like start traumatically, like they cannot stop them. Like, I need to keep because I don't know if. Oh my goodness, so hard.
Story.
Sorry. If we are fed and we have a bed, we have no need to dread. March was the true start of the year, aligning with the spring equinox, a time of rebirth and renewal. January is a period of dormancy, not ideal for new beginnings. I'm of two minds. On the one mind, the lazy part of myself is like, yeah, now I get to not lock in all the way until March. Sign me up. Boom. Easy peasy.
Yep, sounds good.
Yeah, but the other side of me is like, no, actually, I need to start getting stuff done. And getting stuff done with January isn't going to be any harder, I think, relatively speaking, than getting stuff done in March. It might be harder in March because I might feel more rushed. We did talk about that healthy stress though, so who knows? Is it opposite for the bottom half of the equator? I don't know. I don't know. Last day of the year of abundance. Bless you again, bro. Thank you for the questions. Joe Bod with the pop off. Whoop, whoop. So much love. What happened? I'm going full regimen tomorrow. Setting an alarm. Doing a morning program. Super focus. Bless you, bro. One thing I can recommend if you're going to super focus yourself is do the small things first, right? Do the things that almost like help you gain momentum so that you don't end up burning yourself out feeling like, oh, yes, step one, spend 7 hours reading this book. And then by that 7 hours is done, you're like, oh, can I just sit and do nothing? Step two, spring clean the entire house. It's like, and then you do the same thing the next day. Melt, why not advertise your yoga class on your YouTube bio?
It's a great question.
It is technically advertised on my YouTube bio. Not really. It's advertised as the Discord, and if you happen to connect to the Discord, then maybe you
it's not
you
there.
find it. I'm not an advertiser, Hoopy. I'm a creator. I feel like that's the curse I find myself in, unfortunately. I do not thrive in putting myself in other people's faces when it comes to the internet. I'm really good at it in person. I'll put myself.
I think you're good at it on the internet as well.
I'll walk
bro.
all the way up to you, bro. Have I ever sent you a link to my stream and go, come on, go and upload my stream?
I swear at least once or twice.
You're lying.
Maybe not with the upvote request,
but again, that's what marketing is, bro. I have to be like, hey, come on, yo, come, like I'm yo, woo. And I can.
Speaking of marketing,
Yeah.
by the way, there's this great website filled with awesome posts.
Yeah, you see, called Putlocker. Exactly.
Putzlocker.
Poem locker. Sorry.
Putlocker. Watch some movies on Putlocker. It's a great website.
Send to the pirate website instead of sending it to yours. That's horrible. Thank you for the recommendation, Hoopy. I think it's because
you should probably do it.
It's I should. I'll just maybe link the actual Soul of Yoga's website, or something. Maybe I don't think I have enough followers to do something like that. Unironically, Hoopy, that's probably the biggest reason. If I had to give you a real definitive why, it's because I'm like, I'll advertise it and then I'll gain a total of 0 students and then it'll kill my soul. I'll be like, pain. Okay, suffering today.
Coward.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I still do my yoga class, so that's the real thing. Right? That's the important part.
Mm-hmm.
And I have talked about it a great deal many times in the actual stream. I say a lot, like, yeah, me and our friends in the yoga class just before stream. And there hasn't been anybody being like, oh, Mel, where can I find the yoga class? So maybe if I had more requests, I would feel like that's something I should do. Good question, Hoopy. Thank you, bro. I'm taking it to heart. What's up, brother? Peace. Bless you, Krios. Nice having you here too. Eternity is a long time. Yeah. So long. I might be on the canoe during yoga, but if I'm in the house, then yes, it would be nice having you, Pojo. Imagine Jaju hates the freezing so much that his anger towards it creates his own heat source. Boom. Problem solved.
Yeah, just spontaneously combust.
I love how I thought the exact same thing, and my mind was like, "That's too dark to share." And then Christian vocalized it, and I was like, "How about that? All right." I saw spontaneous combustion, and then proceeding to the house burning down. But
oh yeah, warming up the house, right?
House warming, called it having a house warming.
Not too long ago, I called it warming up the house.
I owe you a Coke, Siobhan. Bless. Hopefully I dig a hole somewhere and find a giant golden nugget so I can settle this money issue.
That's what Estien's dad's trying to do.
Literally. Trying to dig a hole and find some golden nugget in there. Uh, Good morning, Krios. Bless again. Can you imagine doing yoga on a canoe? Jovan has done yoga on a canoe. I think it's called paddle boarding,
I
technically.
think a yoga has done I think a canoe has done yoga on me.
That sounds like I know there's no words in there that could lead to any like thinking that that's dirty, but at the same time, I'm like, don't tell people that.
Just imagine it.
Don't tell people that you got
Just imagine
yoga
how
by
that
a
would
canoe.
happen.
People don't want to know that you got yoga. Like I do believe that Jovan has done yoga on a paddleboard though, so you are still on the water on the floating device.
Those things are so freaking impossible. You have to balance on them so damn good.
Impressive. Bless Nancy. I can imagine the results of attempting to do yoga in a canoe. That brain is moving mountains. That's how you get stuff done. Exactly. Theme song for 2025 will be Howard Jones. Things can only get better. I don't know if I had
Yo,
that rhythm even closely. Do you know Howard Jones? Things can only get better.
I know. I just know that things can always get worse as well. I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh wait, I'm
I'm
probably
gonna
gonna.
stare at you through that little window again.
All right, suit yourself. Like there was like a moment, like the bathroom is technically right there. There's a line of sight into the window. Can't see anything other than the top half of a body, but there was eye contact made the previous time. Mm. Ooh, I've done yoga on a paddleboard. There it is. Nice. It really does challenge your balance. I enjoy it lots. And having the idea that being on still water, perfectly level. I like that. It is pretty cool. Getting to see the ripples that you create literally as well into the world you're on. Gonna make a foot locker that sells gloves only. Woohoo! Hey, Mialida. It's nice having you here. Last day of the year. We're like a few hours away and then it's next year. At least according to our societal norms. It really was having you friends here for this last day of the year. I think I'm almost done with all of the comments. Nancy says, in case everyone is gone, when I get back, have a wonderful New Year's Eve celebration, whatever that may be. Sending you all lots of love. Thank you, Nancy. Sending you that love right back. It's nice having you friends here for today. So nice of you to show up the way you have. It really was nice having you here for today. The last one for our year. This experience is one I value more than I can say, dear friends. Thank you for being here. You want to say bye to our friends? Adios, muchachos. Pepe says bye to Listen Eva as well. You guys are more loving to me than my own family. Sending you all the love.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year's, dear friends. Looking forward to a love filled 2025 for all of us. Thank you, Gabs. Thank you, Krios and Dreamtooth and Loazana and Jovan and Melita and Nancy and Pojo. Loazana again. Thinking about Sam and thinking about Kristen, thinking about Genevieve, of course. It's more friends. Sherry, even. Thinking about Sherry. The other guy is all right. You hear that, Christian? You're all right, though.
Who's telling me I'm alright?
Gabbarigoo.
I'm not alright.
The god that is
I'm very not
Gabbarigoo.
alright.
He's so all right. Look at him. He's so fine. He's doing great. You also have people saying Christian with loving hearts and hashtags. Have the most beautiful day. Thank you, friends. One last hug. Thank you. And I'll see you again next year. Ta-dum. Joke made. Now I have to go away.